Alright, so apparently Netflix wants to keep movies in theatres for just 17 days after it buys Warner Brothers. So if you've been out of the loop somehow, well, actually, that's me being a bit of an arsehole. You know, we've got new shit happening constantly. Every day there's new shit coming out about this, about that, shit happening all over the place. So, you know, actually, it would be fair enough if you were out of the loop. But if you are out of the loop, we've got this Netflix, Warner Brothers deal taking place. It's more of a merger from the looks of it. So the deal should be finalising late this year. It may be early 2027, I believe, if my memory on that serves me correctly. I might have those dates mixed up, but I'm pretty sure that this deal is finalising late 2026, early 2027. So Netflix reportedly wants to keep movies in theatres for just 17 days after it buys Warner Brothers. And this is interesting that this has come out, because this is actually something that I have been thinking about. It sounds like Warner Brothers is going to be under the management, under the control of the Netflix empire, but Warner Brothers are still going to be producing their particular IPs and movies and franchises, which may still make their way to the cinema, to the theatres, but for a significantly shorter period of time, because 17 days is not very long. I mean, most movies, especially movies by major studios, you know, I'm talking the Avatar movies, Marvel movies, DC movies, Star Wars movies, you know, they're there 6 weeks, a good 6 weeks. If it's something like Avatar and they end up doing insanely well, they'll just like instantly re-release it. That happened with Avatar 2, I believe. I believe they re-released Avatar 2 pretty soon after it was done theatrically. So, yeah. It's interesting. So, Netflix reportedly wants to keep movies in theatres for just 17 days after it buys Warner Brothers. In a report from Deadline on the Stranger Things Season 5 finale, which made $25 million in theatres after it released at the same time theatrically as it did on Netflix, Hollywood was said to be worried about what the streamer considers to be industry standard windows before movies are made available on its platform, and then the bombshell. Sources have told Deadline that Netflix have been proponents of a 17-day window, which would steamroll the theatrical business, while circuits such as AMC believe the line needs to be held around 45 days. It's worth noting this isn't confirmation that Netflix will settle on a 17-day window for Warner Brothers movies if and when its deal is approved. The theatre companies may end up negotiating a lengthy window, perhaps somewhere between 45 days and the 17 days Netflix reportedly is a fan of. But what's clear is that there will be a great deal of tension within Hollywood as this is all worked out with Netflix's priority, as you'd expect, blustering streaming. I mean, it's completely interesting to witness what this deal is doing to Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood are absolutely petrified, in my opinion, of this deal going through. Because, well, I mean, so the theatres are going to lose something like 12 to 15 movies a year through losing Warner Brothers to Netflix. They're going to lose 12 to 15 movies a year. And I mean, this is just happening all over the place. I mean, if this is the trajectory, I mean, at this point, it's too early to say whether or not this is sort of how all this is going to go. This is the trajectory for the industry moving forward. But if this does keep going, you know, I mean, there's not many major studios left, not many legacy studios left. I don't know which legacy studios are actually left, and by that I mean not owned by Netflix or fucking Disney. You know, all the major studios, all the legacy studios, all the independent well, not necessarily all the independent studios, to be fair, but you know, the big players, Fox, Paramount, now Warner Brothers, all like Lucasfilm, you know, Marvel, you know, all owned by either the old mouse over at Disney, or they're owned by Netflix now. If Netflix does force through a 17-day window, it could affect everything from James Gunn's DC Universe movie, Man of Tomorrow, scheduled for July 9th, 2027, to The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, December 2027. Then there's Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2, which is due out October 1st, 2027. I'm very excited for The Batman Part 2, don't know about you. Godzilla x Kong Supernova, couldn't give a shit, really. Due out March 2027. How would the likes of James Gunn, Andy Serkis, Matt Reeves, and other directors of Warner Brothers movies react to their work having less than 3 weeks in theatres before hitting Netflix? I know, it's crazy. I mean, more traditional directors, someone like Matt Reeves, I believe, would, I don't think Matt Reeves would appreciate something like that at all. I mean, his name hasn't come up. Someone like a Tarantino would fucking lose his shit. It would be just the craziest crash out ever from Tarantino. You know, I'm talking about those hardcore traditionalist directors. I think Nolan would fall into that. I'd argue James Cameron would fall into that. I don't know if you know this, but the Abyss by James Cameron, you can now, but for about 15 years or whatever, you couldn't get the Abyss on Blu-ray, any higher quality copies. You know, if you wanted to watch the Abyss, you had to get like an original DVD. So I think hardcore traditionalist directors like Tarantino, like Nolan, definitely wouldn't go for this. I know Tarantino absolutely wouldn't go for this. Tarantino's almost like, you know, I think honestly, if Tarantino had his way, there wouldn't be any home media for movies. There wouldn't be any home media. If you wanted to watch a movie, you go to the cinema. You know, it's on for 6, 7, 8 weeks, and then it's gone. The $82.7 billion Netflix Warner Brothers deal has sparked a tough response from some members of Congress, and it is expected to face significant scrutiny under antitrust laws. Meanwhile, at least one HBO Max subscriber has already sued Netflix, claiming the deal threatens to reduce competition in the US subscription video on demand market. Warner Brothers owned streaming platform HBO Max includes everything from Game of Thrones to Harry Potter, James Gunn's DC Universe to Barbie, and its content is expected to be added to Netflix if and when the deal goes through. After its announcement, Netflix sent subscribers an email of reassurance amid concern over potential price rises. The email, reviewed by IGN, promised subscribers that nothing was changing today and confirmed that HBO Max and Netflix would continue to operate separately until the deal closes. It did not rule out future price rises, but did promise that current membership plans would remain in place, at least until the deal goes through. As for when that will be, Netflix said it expects to close the transaction in 12 to 18 months. So at the earliest, December 2026, but it could be as late as summer 2027. So my dates were I was sort of half right with what I said. I said that the deal would be finalised late this year, 2026, early 2027, but they're saying it could be as late as summer next year, summer 2027, which is crazy. It's crazy how long these huge corporate deals and mergers actually take to go through.